Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. Before I start, that's the 2021 McLaren GT. With taxes, yours for $250,000 US. Now, this week, I thought instead of doing talk about how MGTOW could be affecting the mainstream economy and everything else associated with it, I thought I'd have a look down the feminist rabbit hole. So I held my breath, stuck my head in it and see what I could see. And this is the first thing that I found. This is from the RT website. As you can see, it's titled "Universities are now more interested in indoctrinating students to accept diversity than in teaching them about their history." And I'm not going to go through it, but if you look down there, you'll see mostly females in the audience. Say if you counted, there's 17 gals there and 3 guys. Him, and him. Probably all simps, probably thinking that if they go into these classes they're going to get laid. She's quite pretty. Anyway, this is an article about how gender identity is becoming the predominant thing in US universities and how it's surpassing the teaching about history. It says, "The Culture of Fear in the 21st Century." It's the author. Now, this lot is probably a member of this lot. Voting rights were on the line. In case you didn't know what feminism was, what is Feminist Campus? It's dedicated to staff and org that works with the students and colleges across the country to create change at the grassroots, national and global levels. More of that later. Now, what is feminism, in case you didn't know? A feminist is any person, regardless of gender, who advocates feminism. So if you're a guy and you advocate feminism, you're a feminist. Policy and practice of advocating political, economic and social equality. Now, those 2 articles I'll leave for you to read, but this is the main thing for this one. It's going global from an American standpoint. As you can see, it's titled "How to Advance a Feminist US Foreign Policy." This was written on March the 8th this year by a lady called Shirley Graham with a PhD. I'd like to know a PhD in what? And another lady called Megan E. Corrado, Esquire, who probably doesn't have a PhD. But it's about the Biden administration halfway through its first pivotal 100 days, and America's foreign policy is under review. A key consideration should be the role of gender in the United States, as uniquely placed to become a, quote, global gender superpower by employing feminist foreign policy. Now let's have a look what that says. Whoops. On Christopher. And it's a PDF. I ain't going to go through that. It's, how can the government address changes like Yemen's humanitarian crisis? Easy. Tell Saudi Arabia to pull out and stop its stupid military adventure and lift the blockade. Then aid can come into Yemen. Can the US use its progress in areas such as women, peace and security agenda to emerge as a gender superpower? No. This picture is interesting, as well as the white, middle-class, middle-aged speaker. We have an older white woman, a Muslim woman, an Oriental woman, probably from Southeast Asia, the Nepal, that area, a Pakistani woman, another white woman, probably middle class, an Indian lady, an older Muslim woman, an older white woman, ubiquitous black lady, and another Oriental woman. All the boxes are ticked there. Now, I'm not going to go through down this. It's just telling you about progress on women peace, women's humanitarians and peace builders in Yemen, The worst humanitarian crisis, you can blame Saudi Arabia for that. And the alphabet people, Genders Advised in Security in Niger, in Africa, African peace process, that'll happen once the Taliban gets military victory. This is it, what I wanted to talk about. To become a global gender superpower, the United States will need to institute a whole-of-government approach to gender. Hope that's not another PDF. Yes, it is. Bugger. Prioritizing the women and peace and security agenda in the first 100 days. I'll let you read that yourself because it's way too long for a 10-minute video. The administration should combat exclusion caused by the current system that places gender issues in a silo, distinct from broader policy concerns. The new White House Gender Policy Council. And that could be another PDF. Nope. Washington Post. Wonder who owns that. Bugger. I'm not subscribing. Sod that. Anyway. Should play a coordinating role in breaking down the barriers sidelining gender issues. Additionally, the United States should proactively incorporate marginalized groups such as women and gender minorities. The objective of a feminist foreign policy cannot be achieved without coordinated synthesis with all aspects of U.S. diplomatic, development and defense efforts. Probably that's where the transgender army comes in. Now, what has this to do with MGTOW? This is not really anything to do with MGTOW, but it's just sticking your head down the feminist rabbit hole and letting you have a look to see what the feminists are up to in America. But as more and more guys don't bother going to university, where's the money going to come for all this diversity, indoctrination and brainwashing for all these silly little girls? Are they going to get a job via feminism? Or are they going to see what the real world is like? If you vote feminist, you're not going to get anywhere because the real world doesn't care about your ideology. The real world wants to make money, and the real world is a business that is predominantly run by men. Going back to this was conceived, designed, and built by men. Not feminists, not girls, not women, men. All these little ladies there, they probably wouldn't have the faintest idea how to design a car like the McLaren. They're being indoctrinated, brainwashed, and sold a false narrative that their future is feminism. And all the voting isn't going to work because we know how the American election was stitched up. There's a black simp there. He thinks he's going to get laid. But anyway, sorry about this is a hodgepodge video, but there's not really much I could find. So I just thought I'd stick my head down the rabbit hole of feminism and have a look what happens. And I think I'm wanting to have a breathe now, so it should be on the 10-minute mark, so I'll pull out now and close it. Right, people, you know the routine. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It's completely up to you, but if you're an American, you're going to get a feminist US foreign policy as women gain more power in America. And it's going to get interesting to see what happens when China takes over America as the world's leading economy and power. Right, that's it for this one. You know the routine. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It's completely up to you. So until next Monday, I'll try and do something a bit more MGTOW-ish. But for now, that's it. Bye-bye.